I actually got asked, could BET have been a powerhouse had they actually gave a care about the community? Well, of course. When you think about all the courses that um, they had some great talent come through that network. You know, Tavis Smiley, Ed Gordon, just to name a few. Donnie Simpson. I mean, you had a who's who. Could you imagine if there was a BET today with an online presence on through YouTube where they actually connected and had live streams and actually had conversations about the issues plaguing the community, and they actually took a stance. The one time I was impressed with BET back in the day, I mean, Robert Johnson being an owner was one thing, but the one time I was impressed when they had the greatest music video ever. And everybody thought it was going to be Michael Jackson's Thriller, but it was Dr. King's I Have a Dream speech. But they never fulfilled on doing things that balance the culture. What they did is end up making a mockery. That's why now when the hip hop show comes on there and they at the last minute pull Fat Joe, I'm like, look at what y'all done had represent. It's always important to give a nod to what's happening, but not at the detriment of your culture, not at the detriment and deterioration of the subject at hand. So when I get asked about BET, I'm like, it was good, but it could have been great. It didn't have to be underrated and underwhelming. Underwhelming, overrated. It should have been something that represented to the fullest. There's a lot of things that they missed the mark on, and it's such a shame because quality, dignity. If you're gonna have the Bobby Jones Church Hour reflected, but no, and it's just everything didn't level to a tier. Didn't want to pay comments on Comic View. Tried to dabble in the movies of the week, TV shows of the week. Tried different things. Did not land it the way it was supposed to be. You know, um, it was sad to think about in hindsight because it should have been. I remember there was a time I used to get excited about just the thought of BET. Of course I did. Why wouldn't I? It was a network geared to black folks that was supposed to like showcase things that you wouldn't get because there was a times that you could see videos and things on it that you would never see on MTV. That was real. People don't understand. See, nowadays, this was even included in the box era. The box was happening. I did like the box, but BT era, um, they gave you a chance. They was putting it there. Of course, when they had the late night and Nelly would drop your eagle and all, get your eagle on and all that swiping cards and everything going on, then they got into the old make it rain culture and they lost their plot. They allowed themselves to lose their plot over money, material gain, and theism, and they didn't really hold the network accountable. So we never got a chance to see BET prosper and to be taking a stance. People don't think you can take a stance. I tell it all the time. If you take a stance and you're really honest and truthful about what you're doing, you can make things happen. You can really make things happen. It's when you don't take a stance against and you're negligent against what's there and the totality, and you let it take over everything. Then this is what you have. Should have been treated as a first class network organization. Should have came with a more classy presentation because you had great journalists, commentators, and people who would have represented. And then all it comes across like it got bought and paid for and sold out and never really had a chance to blossom. That's a sad, sad, sad situation about it. You know, you watch reruns of things that on other networks that you didn't produce, that you didn't bring to light. And they sit there and they just kind of just look at you like, treat you like you're absolute, like you just are gonna be used as a political tool. And that's what the sad commentary happened to BT. It should have been a lot better of a network. It should have been more fulfilling. Should have been more engaging. Missed the mark. Imagine if you would have had like a book club there, cook shows, healthy environment, education, enlightenment. Just didn't happen. And so there was lost opportunities with the BT network. And for a lot of people, they turned into the EBT channel. That's the sad commentary because that's how they looked at them as. Didn't look at them as a credible source. You know, you generate all this talent through these others, and then you get an opportunity and you just water it down. And you get treated and allow yourself to be treated secondary. It's a shame. Should have been an alternative, should have been a stronger force to represent. And that was the big loss that happened with BET. And it had so much hope and promise once upon a time. Please like, subscribe, welcome thoughts, comments, and I do respond. Thank you. Wash your hands, keep your mind clear, watch out for another. Share it if you like, and hit that membership. Stay safe, stay blessed, stay woke, stay free. I'm out. Peace.